Well, we're back with part 2 of our little jaunt round Vindolanda Roman Fort and barracks and village.
We'll give you a little bit more info as we go with the information boards. We'll try and see as many of those as we can as we walk around and give you the information and give you the views and look at the buildings, or what's left of them anyway. Okay, let's just carry on with part 2.
We're actually standing by the main part of the settlement where the bigwigs would have been. It's the Praetorium Principia Aurea. There's 3 main buildings here. The commanding officer's house, the Praetorium, is in front of us.
That one.
And he would have had his own bathhouse, private toilets, suites of rooms for his family, his servants and his slaves.
We should have a few of those, I'm sure.
There would be a central courtyard, and whilst most of the fort people lived on top of each other, he would have had quite an opulent lifestyle here, the commanding officer. Principia was the headquarters building, and it was the central office or nerve centre of Vindolanda. And the 3rd building would be twin granaries, the Aurea.
Which is the one we looked at the previous video.
Yeah. And that would have been a 3-storey structure,
Which is
full to the brim with grain.
Yep.
And that's over
to our right. Yeah.
So
this is
lots
the
going on.
commanding officer's house.
And this whole bit, this whole structure here, with his central.
Yes. Central area here. Yep.
This is the Principia on the left here, the headquarters building. Where all the decisions would have been made, where they would have had their meetings.
And the day-to-day running of the fort.
It's here, the Principia.
Yeah.
The central room in the southern range of the building was the chapel of the standards, where precious regimental emblems were displayed with a statue of the emperor. Fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't just see what that sign says, if it says anything on it.
There would have been a sunken strong room behind the storing.
Yeah, somewhere.
For the soldiers' pay and savings.
Yeah.
Well, look, down there there's a dip. I wonder if that's where the...
Oh, maybe. Let me go and have a look.
You have a look.
So, this is the strong room. That's what the sign says. So this is the strong room, and that's the sunken bit within the strong room. This goes all round in an arc. Right. How do we get out of here?
Maybe that way.
Go and have a look.
Over here, maybe. Can we get over?
Yes and no.
It's a bit.
You won't be able to get down there.
It's a bit steep.
I can get down there, but you'll struggle. I mean, you could get down just onto the step just here. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Let's have a go.
Otherwise, we'll have to go all the way round there.
No, I'll have a go.
Let me go down first.
Go on then.
feet.
Don't fall.
Let me go down first. What I'm going to do is step back. There we go. Nessa's got to get down from that step to that one.
Oh my goodness. If I go like this way.
Put your left leg first.
Left leg first because
The
that's
right
the
leg
stiff
next.
knee.
In, out, in,
Oh,
out.
shut up.
There she goes.
Oh dear. I'm not the fittest of people.
Well, we're not the youngest of people these
No,
days.
true. I'm not the fittest, not the slimmest, or the youngest.
No.
The doddery old biddy.
Mind you walk across here now.
Yeah, I know.
Shouldn't be too bad. There is a board here to my left. We're going to have a look at that and read it.
Go on then.
Around here. Oh, that's the commanding officer's residence, this area here. Let's have a look. Substantial courtyard type residence housed the commanding officer for the 4th cohort of Gauls. He would have maintained a large household and there was enough room for the entertainment of guests. 4 large altars were found in the courtyard dedicated to Jupiter and the genius of the residence. When the building was in ruins in the 5th century, a small Christian church was erected on the former courtyard site. I'm just going to step up and give you, that is the residence. Quite a big building. And just here, looking at that, we've got that looks like it would have had underground heating. Quite a building. Let's have a wander this way. Yep. That's the best way for you.
No, it's all right here.
Yeah, up.
Yeah.
She's up. A couple more buildings here. We've got one here. There's actually a big hole in the ground. I wonder what this is. Oh, it's a water tank. It's just water storage. I'll leave you to read that at your leisure. Zoom in on it. If not, we'll go a little bit closer. We got the late cavalry barracks here, AD 275 to 409. Many changes inside the fort. 2 large cavalry barracks were built in the southeast quadrant. These barracks were 30 metres long, 20 metres wide. To our left is a church, or what remains of a church, a late church.
Mm-hmm. After Christianity arrived.
Yes.
More excavations.
Yeah, more going on over time. Obviously not working on it at the moment. You can imagine the hustle of daily life in the garrison here. Soldiers.
What did the guy say in the entrance? He said, "You can't miss the sight. It's a big pile of bricks."
That's right. always amazed how they know what's what.
Yeah.
How they've worked out what is what bit and what it did. How do they know?
Because they're clever. They're cleverer than us.
Yeah.
They know their stuff.
They certainly do.
They know their Roman buildings.
Yeah.
And they recognise the shapes and...
That's right. You can see the walls, the thickness of the walls, the size of the walls.
Some of those stones are not small.
No, but they had some big strapping lads, didn't they? The Romans.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Romans.
It was the slaves would have
It'd
been
be-
helping to build it.
That's right. And they would have come from all over Europe.
Yep.
Just looking at the landscape, that's why I held the camera just there and up. That is the landscape behind the fort. Soldiers were not confined to the fort. The fort was at the centre of a territory of its resources, which the Romans used to their full advantage. Like today, the hilltops are mostly used as arable grazing farmland. The hill overlooking Vindolanda, known as Barcombe, is covered in fens and bracken. Ferns and bracken, not fens. And these were harvested to place on the floors of most of the buildings like carpets. The quarries at the top of the hillside started in Roman times, and there are a few Roman inscriptions remaining on them.
Ah,
So that's
so that's all up there.
that's all up there. Yeah. Where's the quarries? The quarries. Oh, I can see where they've been quarrying. Straight up there.
Yeah, right at the top there.
Sorry, we've gone out of vision because he's looking at my finger, but that's where we are pointing. There's a quarry right at the top there.
Yeah.
And it spreads across. You can see where they've been digging, probably to get the stone, which is in front of us, which they used to build the fort. Herds of pigs and goats would be in the woods.
In the wooded valley below, down there.
Yeah. Many of the animals left their prints on the clay tiles used to support the floor in the nearby bath.
They found one with a dog print,
Yeah.
dog paw print. Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah.
We've got a thing over there.
We've got a mock-up of a fort in the distance there. I'm going to cut across the grass.
You can't go on there, it's blocked off.
No, but there is something on the board there that I can read. Obviously needs maintenance on this platform, but we can have a look what it says. Aha, it's a pre-Hadrianic bathhouse below us there.
Yeah. You can see it from this side.
Yeah. That's the bathhouse down below there. You can see it. There we go. Come down here and have a lovely bath.
That's what I should have brought, some sticks.
Yeah, well, they're in the motor.
Well, you could have told me.
They're always in the motor.
I brought my trainers to change into and didn't do it.
No. Luckily it's dry and it's not bad, and you've got some metalled paths to walk along.
Oh, it's a listening post there.
Yes, there is. I wonder who's talking to us.
Yeah, they're different listening posts.
Yeah.
Bonfire site.
Yeah.
Remains of a large bonfire were found.
300 old military records and correspondence were uncovered.
Wow.
Oh, so that's where they would have got a lot of the information from then.
Yeah.
Oh, shush, listening post. They're talking in a foreign language.
Italian, I think.
Yeah. Molto bene. South gate of the first fort, so that's the original gateway into the fort, or out of the fort.
You go up there, you'll get a good view.
I will, yes.
I'll stay down here.
Right, I'm going to just pause for a minute and go on to the top of the fort. Well, we've climbed up into the fort to have a look and get a view of the site. Ness is down below us there, taking pictures. You get a good view of the site there. Let's go around this side. And you can see on the top of the hill there the workings where they're excavating the stone. Just going to walk round to the other side now, up to the wooden section. Catching the views as we go. So we're going to go on top of this wooden one now. Up we go, up the steps. And hopefully, there we are. What a view of the site and the surrounding landscape. So, Ness is down below. I'm going to say cheerio. If you like what you see, click the like and subscribe. And we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.